Hello and welcome to the In Focus series section of Drishti IAS. I am Aisha Singh and in today's video we will be talking about the Mars missions which has taken place till now from all over the globe. So we will be knowing about the missions that has brought humans closer to Mars. Let us first understand the timeline of the video. First we will be looking at the news. Then what are the early 19th century findings that led us close to Mars. Then in 1964, the Mariner 4 spacecraft that went to Mars, and this was the first ever mission that was sent to Mars. Then about the Viking missions, then the Odyssey 2001 and water on Mars, then about the other missions from other countries. Then we will be moving on to the Mangalyaan mission of India. In the end, a prelims MCQ and a mains practice question. This topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 3, that is space technology or science and technology. See, from exam relevance, many a times we have seen that in prelims MCQ or in prelims exam, an MCQ of type like this, a type of missions and the countries associated has been asked. So you should be able to know that which mission belongs to which country. So let's get started and see the news. And the news has been taken from Indian Express and it says, Red Planet Day. The many missions that brought humans closer to Mars. So on November 28 has been celebrated as the Red Planet Day because this was the first time in 1964 on November 28 that a mission was launched for the Mars exploration. So on November 28 is marked as the Red Planet Day. Then in 1964, United States NASA launched the space probe Mariner 4 towards Mars. And this was the first ever spacecraft to take close-up photographs of the another planet, and that another planet was Mars. So this becomes an important point, that which was the first aircraft to go for Mars exploration, and that is US NASA Mariner 4 in 1964. And the mission which was launched in 1964 flew past in 1965 July, and it after going to the Mars, it sent back pictures of the red planet. And from there on, we have developed a curiosity for finding out about the atmosphere of Mars and how the planet Mars actually looks like. So from there on, many missions till now have been launched for the Mars exploration. And now we have seen that presently the world's richest man, that is billionaire Elon Musk, has even set the idea of settling a colony of humans on Mars. So this is how curious people are about Mars and what lies on Mars. Now let us talk about the early 19th century, or what happened around the 19th century. So the earliest known cases of fascination with Mars started in the 19th century. Then in the late 19th century, there was an Italian astronomer who claimed to have observed linear patterns on the surface of the planet, and he called those patterns which he found on the planet Mars Canali, C-A-N-A-L-I. And this also intrigued others' interest into science fiction and as well as popular culture. Then Mars was at a similar distance from Sun as the Earth was. So this is what actually created the interest of people towards finding and exploring more and more things about the planet Mars. And Mars also shared certain structural characteristics. So this is how in the starting things went about our exploration or about humans' exploration towards the Mars. Then in 1964, the first ever spacecraft or the mission was sent to explore the planet Mars, and that is Mariner 4. So this was 8-month voyage to Mars, and Mariner 4 helped humans see images of the planet Mars. So this was for the very first time that we could see the images of some other planet, and this showing lunar type impact craters and some of them even touched with frost. Then there was a television camera also on board the Mariner 4, and which took pictures of the Mars planet or its atmosphere or its ground or it whatever it took in its diameter or till wherever it could search or it could take pictures. Then it covered the about 1% of the total planet area and last about 30 years in solar orbit. Now there are long-term studies of the solar wind environment, and it also coordinated measurement with Mariner 5. So it was the Mariner 4 which actually started the exploration towards the planet Mars, and this was the very first time that we also received photographs of some other planet, and through the television we could see that how is actually the atmosphere of Mars and what all is lying or how the Mars actually looks like. Then photographs also revealed a cratered surface which resembled to moon. So we could also see that how the surface of the moon looks like, and because of the limited range of the television or of the cameras, we could only see till a limited space. All over the things could not be seen, and which also failed to cover the more geologically diverse features that we know about now. So because of there was the limitation at that point of time in 1964 was of the range of the camera, or I would say the range was not that much that we could explore everything, but Mariner 4 was the starting of the new age or of the new era in the Mars exploration. Now let us talk about the Viking missions of 1970s and 1980s. So it was the first chemical analysis of Mars soil. So this is from where the Viking missions actually started getting into the technicalities of the Mars surface. Then 4 biology experiment to detect biological activity of Mars. Then in around 1980, which was based on mineralogical composition and rock texture, certain meteorites have source region in Mars. So this was what we found in 1980s, that certain meteorites can be seen there. Then again in 1984, isotopic composition of rare gases was seen, and it was matched the isotopic ratios of the Martian atmosphere. So the ratio of the rare gas, that is the isotopic composition of rare gases, matched with the isotopic composition of the Mars atmosphere, and this boosted our understanding of the geochemical evolution of Mars, because when the composition of the noble gases and the composition of the Mars soil matched, then we were able to find a lot many things, and a lot many things became clear to us. Then came the Odyssey mission in 2001, and water on Mars was seen. In 2001, gamma ray spectrometer on board the Mars Odyssey spacecraft. So for the very first time, gamma ray spectrometer was seen. Then it detected a hydrogen signature which indicated the presence of water ice. So for the very first time, hydrogen signature was detected on the surface of the Mars, and this hydrogen signature detected or indicated the presence of water ice on the surface of the Mars. Then in 2008, NASA's Phoenix mission landed on the Martian North Pole. So in 2008, NASA again sent its Phoenix mission, and it landed on the Mars North Pole. And this mission survived for around 150 days, and what we were able to see was the robotic arms of Phoenix gave us a lot of things about the soil and the ice from the surface. So this also talked about the ice on the surface of the Mars. Then it also measured the composition of the gases with a mass spectrometer and established the initial discovery of hydrogen by Mars Odyssey in 2002. So this was the time when water ice was actually discovered on the surface of the Mars planet. Then now let us talk about the other missions which has also till now done. Then it was NASA has taken under Mars Resonance Orbiter, Mars Odyssey and MAVEN. Then India has done Mangalyaan mission. Then European Union has sent 2 orbiters, that is Mars Express and ExoMars Trace Gas Orbiter. Then China has Tianwen-1 and UAE very recently has also launched HOPE mission, and this was the first ever interplanetary mission by UAE. So this was about the other missions. What is important is you should be able to know that HOPE mission belongs to which country, or Tianwen-1 mission belongs to which country, or the MAVEN spacecraft or MAVEN mission belongs to which country. So knowing about the mission and their associated country is important. Now let us talk about the Mangalyaan mission of ISRO or India. Then this mission was launched in 2013 and this was India's first interplanetary mission. Then ISRO confirmed the Mars orbiter craft has lost communication with ground station, and this has been done very recently, and ISRO has confirmed that now there is no communication and now the Mangalyaan mission has attained end of life. So in 2022 the mission has attained end of life and it started in 2013. So you should be able to know the launch date. And in the Mangalyaan mission made India the first Asian country to get to Mars in its first ever chance. Then the mission aimed at studying Martian atmosphere. Basically it wanted to know about the atmosphere of the Mars and what all lies there. Then also about the surface features of it, mineralogy, morphology and atmosphere using the indigenous scientific instrument. So this was about main points of Mangalyaan mission. First you should be able to know that now it has attained end of life in 2022. It was launched in 2013. It was India's first interplanetary mission and it made India the first Asian country to get to Mars. And what was its aim? Aim was basically to know about the atmosphere of the Mars. Now comes to the prelims MCQ and you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section. And this is a UPSC previous year question. This came in 2016. So consider the following statements regarding the Mangalyaan launch by ISRO. First, it is called the Mars Orbiter mission. Second, it made India the second country to have a spacecraft orbit the Mars after USA. Third is it made India the only country to be successful in marking its spacecraft orbit the Mars in its very first attempt. I think we'll be able to do this one. You have to tell the correct answer and the codes are 1 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3. So this was about the prelims MCQ. Now comes the mains practice question and it says, this is also a previous year question which came in 2016 and this is a 10 marker question and the question says discuss. So in the starting only the command of the question has been given. This says discuss India's achievements in the field of space science and technology. How the application of this technology has helped India in its socio-economic development. So you can do your answer writing practice by writing these answers, because by writing these kind of questions you should be able to know that how the UPSC is asking questions or what kind of a pattern the UPSC is also following. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading and keep writing.